Hello, once more we are back on this splendid weekend on a November cold nights galore. It is the Women's Racing League November event, final day, where we determine who will be the victorious winner out of all of these ladies today that have survived day one. And of course, I will be your host, Creedy, and alongside me, Valen, with her army of cats, making sure that everybody is spamming every meow emote imaginable. How are you doing today?
Exactly. I'm doing very good, thank you. And I am very excited for today. I hope we're going to get a lot of good matches, hopefully long ones. I'd like to see some extra maps, a
Mhm.
little bit of competition. Of course, we're going to have the grand final, which is going to be a best of 5 instead of a best of 3, so we're going to see a bit longer there. But yeah, I'm excited for this. We got a great top 4, and let's see how this goes.
Yeah, I think it's a good. We started a bit earlier because we have a bit of time to recap what happened yesterday as well, and I think if anything it is to do is to do that actually. We'll open up the schedule bracket from yesterday. Where we can take a look what happened technically yesterday. Of course, Visp and the Orange Car Club were able to make it to the event due to some time constraints and players not being available. So some people got a bit of an easier day compared to others. But overall, there were some good runs. Fairy Tale having a very Fairy Tale start, only falling to Birds of Prey, and did end up beating Lilies to qualify for today. We have some good stuff here, so definitely noteworthy performances, especially for Meow, for example. I think is the biggest one.
Yeah, Meow did very good indeed. We will see them today, and I think the upper bracket final. Can you go to the one for today,
Of
possibly?
course, we can. A quick switch of today's schedule, so what we actually have on
There we
demand today.
go. Let's see. Yeah, they are facing Birds of Prey, which is gonna be a daunting task because, of course, the um, uh, the September event was won by Birds of Prey, so they're going to be definitely a force to be reckoned with. And of course, in the lower bracket semifinal, we have Fairy Tale, the new team on the block, the new ladies versus Equinox, the winners of last time. So we have some teams here that they got something to offer today, I think.
Yeah, I will say that, like I mentioned yesterday, EQNX were didn't feel quite up to the level that they are used to. So I think Linko and Pepper are looking to do even better than they did yesterday. And Fairy Tale is gonna be one of the many teams that they still have to beat because they have to go through the entire gauntlet today. Birds of Prey and Meow. Most people, 99% of the time, would say that Birds of Prey will be taking that because it's gonna be a very tough task. Because as we've seen, Birds of Prey are not only fast, they're also consistently fast. So, but if there's anybody who can do it, I mean, Sarah had a wonderful day yesterday. I think she
She
can be
was
very
zooming
happy.
yesterday.
Yeah, and Ya had a pretty decent time of it as well. I mean, it's not an easy task to beat Equinox, but and so it was a very good match to watch as well. And I'm really looking forward to these as well. And yeah, the fairy tale with Marina and Runner as well, looking to have some. I will say today's match is definitely looking to be. We will start from the lower bracket, of course, as well, so we can get every team at least once on the stream.
Yes.
Of course, some people would say, but why aren't you specking the upper bracket final? That's where the best teams are, blah, blah, blah. Yes, we know, but, we want everybody to be on the stream. And I'm sure
Because we will
Marina.
have to say goodbye to one of the ladies or one of the
Yes.
teams from the lower bracket semifinal, Fairy Tale or Equinox, will unfortunately lose that match, and then they will be out of the tournament in fourth place.
Exactly.
So that is why we have decided to take on that one to spectate. But yeah, we will see the winner in the lower bracket final, and they will be facing the winner or the one who lost the game, Meow Birds of Prey, the upper bracket final. So a lot at stake, of course, especially in the lower bracket semifinal, because you will be out if you lose the match. So I think the ladies are going to be fighting for it.
Yep, that is true. And just to go into a bit of another segue from what we have here as well, we can take a look at the current standings of the league as well. As you can see on your screens, this is now the current standings. So, as you can see on the stream, this also reflects already the points that EQNX, Birds of Prey, Meow, and Fairy Tail have also gathered, because they are in the top 4, so that is guaranteed 5
Yes,
points for
they
them
will receive
already.
points. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is already been like added for them as well. So you can see the plus sign next to their points. But this is how they're looking. Of course, Red Blue would be in this leaderboard as well, but due to the fact that they have withdrawn from the tournament, we did not include them. But if you want to have a bit of a frame of reference, Red Blue would have had 8 points at the moment, and they would sit in 6th position. So definitely that would be sort of a frame of reference. But overall, this is how it looks at the moment. EQNX are guaranteed first anyway. It's more of a fight between Lilies, Birds of Prey, and Meow. There could be some tussling there. And Fairy Tail, the best they can do is 6. But they can still win the tournament, be like, hey, we're going into the December event, winning the event before it. So, could be a nice statement to make as well.
Exactly. And Big Bonkers are in a good 12th place, also, of course, because they got 3rd place last week or last month. They're unfortunately out of the tournament for this weekend. They have not made it to the Sunday event, but they did very well still. And 12 points, I think, is a very respectable result, so they can be proud of that. Yeah, Equinox, Birds of Prey. I mean, it is the top 4 that we're kind of looking at. Save Lilies, then I guess. We've got the new ladies coming in, but I mean, when we look at the games that we got, we do have the top of the barrel going at it today.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time indeed, and I'm looking forward to like this. There could be still a lot of fun. Of course, the top 8 from these standings will go into the championship event as well. We have
Yes.
a few stuff in line as well for today, so we'll quickly go back to our point of view. So we will close the standings for now, but later on, before the grand final, we will have a bit of a showcase. There's a short little video made for the 2 maps that will be entering the gauntlet for December as well, already alongside the other 7 maps, to have a 9 map pool for the championship event. We can talk a bit about that later as well. So before the grand final, you have a bit of a nice stuff, a little video there. We have a nice 2 pictures of the new maps
Bit
as
of an
well.
exclusive.
Yeah, a bit of exclusive, very good stuff as well. So you will get a bit of a teaser to what is to come, and with that in mind as well, we will talk about that as well. So you have things to look forward to. Not only the matches, which are gonna be absolutely insane as well. I'm pretty sure we will also have
spicy.
Yeah, we will also have some very great, some good little appetizers, just before the grand final as well. But without further ado, without all of that talk, we actually have a matchup to actually start casting. So it is Fairy Tail versus EQNX. Now, this is gonna be a proper brawl, I think, because as I said before, Linko and Pepper are looking to do a lot better than they did on the first day, and Fairy Tail have looked. I mean, they had their first taste of Birds of Prey, and at least people say it was a pretty close affair. So I'm looking forward to how the Equinox can do here.
Exactly. I think they're going to be pretty equal in speed if you look at these teams. I mean, of course, last time it was Shorty instead of Pepper that was racing, but still, like, they still made it to this lower bracket final on the second day. So Pepper can drive too. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think Marina and Runner, they're new into the league, so they've got something to prove, right? Like, hey, we belong here, we belong on this in this final. So I think they're gonna go at it. But I think there's they're gonna be fighting for it, and all of these girls are super fast. So I'm hoping for 3 maps, of course.
Yeah, we indeed are.
Speaking of maps.
Yeah, and speaking of maps, yeah, we have the pick and ban. Attention is already out.
Yeah.
None of that.
We don't want that. Viridian Hills also out. Yep.
It seems to be something that Fairy Tail are not really fond of, at least at the moment, or at least for now. Well, they do have to, if they make it to the grand final, they do have to play it. But
Decadence they do like, though. They picked that one first.
Yeah, definitely. And Super Nation, and to end off Celestia, a classic ender. Everybody loves Celestia as the final
ender. Oh, the endings we have seen on that map. Oh, give me some more of that. Of course, people, tell all your friends that this is happening right now. Give them a link to the channel. If you're not following yet, please press follow so that we can give you more of this content in the future for the December event as well. And of course, the seasons to come. So make sure you press those buttons. Yes, Supination. We got Fairy Tale versus Equinox, Runner and Marina versus Linko and Pepper. And let's see how this goes. Let me put a good luck, have fun in chat. So there we go. We're starting in 15 seconds. I hope you're ready. Let us know in the chat who you're rooting for, who your team is. Give us all the cheer emotes that you can find, and of course, at the same time, the other match is going on. We will try to give you updates on that as we get them. But now
Hmm.
we are watching Fairy Tale versus Equinox, and we're starting on Decadence, the new map by GJKF. Let's
Yeah,
go.
this is gonna be a good time as well. But again, Equinox have their looming ghost in the closet haunting them. Celestia final map. I mean, it's been a tale as well. Of course, they have to get there first to begin with. But if they get to that map, then hopefully they don't have the shaky feel, because they did end up having a bit of a, let's say, not the best experience against Meow on that map, where they almost were able to come to an overtime situation, but that final jump did do
Yeah.
them injustice. But today's start, of course, is Decadence, and what we have seen from Marina and Runner, at least, it's proven to be quite comfortable. So, without further ado, the first match of the day is underway.
And interestingly, in chat, I can see that Kevin, who is spectating the other match, Decadence is also picked first there, Attention, and also as a third map, Celestia. So that could also be an interesting one. But let's focus on this match now. We are off on the first round. The score is 0-0. 2 maps win you the match, and 10 points win you a map. We have Linko with a bit of a clip here. So Marina and Runner are at the moment in not in first and second place, because Pepper has just taken over second place there. It is Runner, however, who is hunting that second position, and Pepper is trying to take that from Marina. Runner has to release a little bit, lose a little bit of time there. I'm not sure Pepper can take that. No, Marina is clean through the ending. The first points are on the board. With a victory, the Fairy Tale ladies take the first points. The score is 2-1 in favor of Fairy Tales. That's a good start
Yep,
for the
that's
day.
exactly what you want. And Marina continues where she left off. Yesterday she was driving 41 ones, and it seems that that is a bit of a standard for her at least. As I believe that was Linko
Ooh.
went a bit too hot into that third corner, and now was completely out of it. So Pepper is the one to sort of carry Equinox throughout the map at the moment. And at the moment, Marina and Runner are holding hands together, basically neck and neck, going into the turns and making it look rather comfortable for them at the moment. Pepper is trying. Runner does lift off a bit, allowing Marina to go into first position rather comfortably. But a very good round by Fairy Tale, and the Fairy Tale, at the moment at least, is continuing towards a very happy ending. Usually Fairy Tales do have an happy ending. Whether it will continue to be so, we'll have to wait and see. But good
We'll
things for
have to
now.
wait and see, yeah, because also this is, of course, the map picked by the ladies
Hmm.
from the Fairy Tale team. So this is their favorite map. So who knows what will happen on the next matchup. But for now, this is a good start. 5-1 is a very comfortable lead to have. 4 points is not easy to overcome. We have Linko, I think, again with a mistake, not having the best start here on this map. Has to respawn a couple times, and it is Marina and Runner who are now once again in that ace position, and up to Pepper to get that position back. She does catch up to Runner though and overtakes her even, but then she goes a little bit too much inside and touches the wall, which allows Runner to take that position right back. She didn't have it for long, unfortunately, and they will finish. And another ace on the board. The score is 8-1, and I guess, yeah, that is just they picked the right map to start with. That is really good for your confidence, of course. If you take a first map just like that, and I hope that in match two or map two, I mean, of course, if they get it, that the ladies from Equinox will be able to get back from that.
Yeah, but as soon as we say that, Marina goes a bit too inside and leaves now the door open for Equinox to get some points on the board. Of course, it is very easy to overdo that corner with the water. We've seen Linko has been trying to get it very inside to get as much exit speed from that corner, and if you touch the water even like a little pixel, you are gonna have a
Yeah.
bad time there. So she's trying to risk it, but at the moment, Runner is doing a very good job at holding Fairy Tale up in front, and
Pepper,
Marina is actually very close as well. And
Pepper,
everybody's
Pepper,
going
Pepper!
there,
Oh my
and
God,
what
Pepper with
a
the snipe!
round!
Wow.
Oh, Equinox take the 2 points, but now they do need to ace a bit. 2 aces. Anybody can they somebody fill that order for Equinox? They are looking for 2 aces.
Well, at least they extend the map a little bit, because otherwise it would have been over. I think if it had come to that. But that was a wonderful snipe. Oh, we have Linko now making a mistake there. That's unfortunate, because any point that Marina and Runner get will give them the map. So Pepper and Linko both need to overtake both the ladies of Fairy Tale. So I guess now they're hoping for a mistake, because they are really far ahead of them, 0.8 at the moment. So they gotta risk it. They gotta risk it. Let's see if they can do it, or maybe they're just saying like, okay, that was this map. Let's go to the next. But there we go. There's the ace with a clean first map. That is 12-3, and the Fairy Tale ladies, the Fairy Tale is still on track.
Yep, that's a GG at the moment, 12-3. We're getting updates as well that Birds of Prey are preying on the cats at the moment. We have 12-0 on the first map, but since it was the first map, it makes sense. So we will keep an eye on that as well. But we are moving to Super Nation now. This was a map that proved to be sometimes a tough nut to crack for even the best, for both Fairy Tale and Equinox. You know, you had some rounds where everything seemed to work out, but very, very rarely we saw any of the teams get around where both of the drivers were having like a good time, because this is a very technical map and it is
A lot
very
of
tough.
gears, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are going on here, and if you miss one of them, it will really throw you off. So it is very hard to get a clean run going. Well, you can save it a lot, but it's gonna be so slow.
Yeah, but you're fighting for survival here. You can't
Mm-hmm.
really save it anymore. So that's kind of like, how much do you want to risk it? You risk it not enough, then the other team is gonna beat you on pace. It's a tough cookie to crack. Here we go. Oh, we've got Runner making a mistake now on the outside, a little bit too much, and she will clip and touch that side. Here, of course, we have this edge, which is also proven to be a clip-worthy obstacle for many of the ladies. Pepper will now touch the side as well, but she doesn't actually get overtaken by her teammate. Linko has a bit of an awkward line, has to adjust. Marina still in first place, and they are in draw position now. Runner is a second behind, but actually she just overtakes right there, and now they are about to win another round here if they finish like this over this grass section. You don't want to hit those dirt edges because you're gonna fly all over the place. Nice outside dirt lines from all the girls. Marina will take it. A little bit more speed from Linko, but she does not make it. A 55.5 for Marina, and that's a victory for Fairy Tales on the board.
Yeah, there was a bit of a tussle between the two at the back. Runner and Linko, it could have gone either way, but Runner was just able to hold on in the end. Linko was trying to push that outside dirt quite a bit. So, but now with everybody getting the dirt this round, it is looking to be much closer affair. No mistakes so far. So everybody gets it clean. Can we get a round where everybody survives the quarters? It's a tough nut to crack, but so far everybody seems to be up to the task. Marina, Linko, Runner, Pepper. We have a good overview from Pepper of everything that is happening up in front. So it's gonna come down basically to that final turn on the dirt. Who's willing to push it the most? Runner goes a bit too wide, does take the black border there. So who's willing to push it here? Everybody.
Almost
Runner
touched
touches
from
the
Runner.
wall. Can Pepper overtake her? Ooh, Runner still holds on 2 times in a row. She
That was
just
close.
holds on. And a good time by Marina as well.
54.6, indeed a good time. The score is 4-2, so it's not a huge gap yet, but they are slowly widening that gap between the ladies of Equinox. So it is up to Runner, sorry, Pepper and Linko now to do something about that. They need the ace, they need a victory, they need something. But if they keep getting a loss like this, they're not going to make it, and they're already one map behind. Another good start for Marina. Very solid driving from her. And she is proving to be very fast on this track. The Pepper goes a little bit awkward on the grass, and she will have to oversteer and lose a lot of speed over that. So let's take a look up front here. Runner taking over first place now. Marina not having the best line, but she manages to stay ahead of Linko here, and it is Runner who is going to take the points this time. Let's see if maybe Linko can take can hold off on the ace here. Let's see the outside dirt line. No, she touches a little bit too much risk. Marina will overtake, and that is the ace on the board. Pepper even overtakes her teammate, but it doesn't matter. That is 7-2, and we're at match point. An ace now is all that the fairy tales need to keep this fairy tale going into that upper or lower bracket final.
Yep, exactly the case. And at the moment, it seems that the other match is following the same pattern. It's match point for Birds of Prey for their match as well. So it seems that Fairy Tale and Birds of Prey are really going in sync. So it looks to be the case, but it's not over until it's over. Of course, this map can still provide its fair share of mysteries as Runner touches the wall in that corner. So now it's all up to Marina. Marina is known to be pushing a lot more on this map. So she knows that she cannot now lose this, because one little mistake and Pepper and Linko can easily overtake, as Linko has a bit of a moment before the check, but I don't know if she clipped or not there, or had to release to make sure she doesn't clip. So now Marina is in first position, and well, she does get it clean. Holds on so far, 54-7, and with a draw on the board, we do delay maybe a bit of the inevitable. 8-3 on the board. EQNX do need to get an ace here to get back into the fray.
They do indeed. They need an ace and something, maybe 2 aces would be ideal. But how do you beat Marina when she's driving this fast? Once again, she has a good start and she's at the front here. But it is Linko, I think, who clips now. That is not a good situation to be in, because it's up to Pepper now to get that first place. That's the only result that she can have now. If she doesn't get first place, this match will go to the Fairy Tale ladies. But here she has an awkward line again, and now she's in third place. Runner is trying to finish in style to overtake and get that ace on the board. Marina, however, she is not letting Pepper get any closer. It is Linko, however. Look at that. Linko is coming in with a vengeance. Can she overtake Marina? Will Marina get the outside dirt line? She gets it nicely. I think Marina is going to finish here in first place. It is a tie. Pepper actually snipes with only 400 of a second, and this match is not over yet. Wow.
Runner was a bit premature. She didn't need to go toe inside. She really wanted to get it as tight as possible, but with that, she risks hitting the finish block, and that is exactly what happened, allowing Pepper just enough time to sneak into that third position. So now, with 2 aces, they can still win this map. But that's only thing that they have now. There's no room for error here for EQNX. It's 2 aces, or it is fourth position in the tournament. Marina goes to inside on the hole. It is now Runner holding second position. Pepper overtakes Marina as well. So it is up to Runner. But Linko hits the checkpoint. She goes a bit too far to the right, and that is over for now. There's, well, unless Marina and Runner have a moment of mercy and want to play a few games, I don't think that's gonna happen. They tried their best, but Linko just pushed a bit too much there, couldn't get control of the car, and ended up hitting the checkpoint. But 11-5, a good effort still. They gave it their all. You could see they were trying their best to get those points on the board. But Fairy Tale move on to the next round with EQNX being in fourth position, as we get to go into our point of view for the moment, as I believe Birds of Prey did end up being 2-0 as well, at least for their match, as far as I understood from the commentary by Kevin.
Exactly. Kevin has informed us in chat that the Birds of Prey have indeed won their match as well, which means that Meow will go to the lower bracket final. and they will be facing the Ladies of Fairy Tale, and that is the next match that we're going to see in a little bit. So 0-12 and 3-11. Okay, that is a very good performance by the Birds of Prey. I guess it was the Eagle after all that we talked about yesterday. Yeah, congrats to both ladies. We have to say goodbye to the ladies of Equinox. GG to you all. Very well driven. Fourth place is still a really good result, so you can be proud of that.
Oh, that is very lovely to see. Equinox, well, it's still for them. You know, they are still holding on to that first position in the overall league, so that doesn't change the fact.
Exactly.
If anything, that they have now, well, technically, if they want to, they can already start practicing for December. So you know,
I think I might want to take a break.
they have already. You can all, yeah, like I said yesterday, there's always a positive to every negative. You know, you might have gone out now, but now you have a few extra hours to practice for December rank. You have the advantage now, if you want to look at it that way. But we can take a look at the bracket while we are at it as well, just to take a look at how the standing looks. There isn't much to look at because you know the scores, but you know, a nice picture always helps.
Exactly. Let's take a look here. There we go. We have Meow. Unfortunately, didn't manage to get a map. Birds of Prey, a very good result, 2-0. Birds of Prey will move on to the grand final, so we will see them there. And Meow will go to the lower bracket final, where they will face the Fairy Tales. And that match will be at 19:45. And if I look at my clock, that is still quite a bit to go. So we will take a little break in a little bit, but not quite yet. Let's see. Yeah, any predictions? Meow, Fairy Tale, what do you think?
Well, my money is on Fairy Tale, as I have to always insert the coach bias in a bit. But I will say, like, I'm expecting, well, I don't know how close I mean, you can still have a 12-0, and it can be very close as well, you know? That could be always the case. So we don't know the exact times that Sarah, as I can already, she's a bit mad at me, you know, trying to rig this thing. You know, Sarah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. You just drive fast. That's all you have to worry about. Either way, I guess I can remove the schedule as well. There, people already have seen it, so there's no reason to keep that up as well. But yeah, I think it's gonna be an uphill battle for Meow. I think they can be proud that they made it to day 2, but they have to put in a tail of a task because, I mean, Birds of Prey and Fairy Tale are definitely the teams to beat, and it's gonna be a tough one, let's say.
I think Fairy Tale is driving very solid, very consistently as well. They're not just consistent; they're consistently fast.
Yep.
So Meow definitely has a big task ahead of them, but I think they can do it. I'm not sure that I favor any one of them when it comes to like who I think will win. It's a hard one to give a prediction for, I gotta say. But yeah, it's I think it's gonna be a good final nonetheless. And of course, after that one, the winner of that has to face the Birds of Prey, and that's gonna be a banger as well.
Yeah, and that will be definitely all maps to be played, because, and I do believe the fun part is that if, well, it's just a hypothetical here, I'm not saying anything, if Fairy Tale do get to the grand final, then we have both teams, Birds of Prey and Fairy Tale, who ban Viridian Hills. So they are now forced to play it unless they leave it to a decider, which would be even more hilarious. They'll probably leave it to the last
map. Yeah, I think they might do that.
Yeah, so that would be quite hilarious. So we'll have to wait and see. A lot of the teams are really, because we've said before why the teams maybe are not really picking Viridian Hills as well, is the fact that most of the time it is a very simple map, so you have to be confident that you are gonna be faster than the team you're gonna be facing there.
It's not a map they're gonna crash on a lot. It's a map that you have to know that you have the pace to win it from the other team. Like other maps, like maybe Attention is a map that if you are consistently decent on it, that's a map you can pick. But on this map, Viridian Hills, if you don't crash but you're not as fast as you think the other team is going to be, then it's probably a map you want to avoid.
Yep, that is indeed the case. So, but you know, And in the grand final, it's unavoidable. Unless you leave it to the final map and decide to win it 3-1, then you don't have to play the fifth map. So you have
True,
actively
true, true.
avoided playing Viridian Hills throughout the entire tournament. So, there is a possibility. But we are already jumping a gun in that regard because Meow and Fairy Tail will be next, and we don't really have much to say to that. We will have a pretty long break now. Because we always give a bit more time because you never know. We could have a very long best of three still, which can go to overtimes and anything, and then that 45 minutes feels like it's nothing.
It's always like if you don't plan for delays, you're gonna get delays. But if
Yep,
you plan for them, everything is gonna
yep,
run fine. So
yeah,
that's just how this goes.
yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah,
But that only means you have more time to take a break, more time to
yes.
prepare your pom poms or whatever to cheer for your favorite teams.
Find all
Uh,
the best emotes.
yeah, and everything, and me and my little cactus as well that I have on my table. It is literally it's in a little bucket, in a cactus. I don't have a name for the cactus, but we are watching, keeping an eye on you all as well, and hopefully after the break. We will be coming back in approximately 19, 18 minutes, and then we will be talking a bit before the match as well. So without further ado, let's enjoy a bit of the break, and we'll be back
And
with.
see you in a bit.